Welcome back to Tales of Yavon. Except this is not a regular episode, as we once again are in the mind of Lesh.
Oh God, no! Get me out!
Why is it sticky? With us tonight, we are joined by Jesse,
Hey, I'm Jesse, and I'm playing Rune.
Corey,
Hey guys, it's Corey, and I'm playing Pergo Swimberland.
Clouse,
Hey everybody, this is Clouse Hands playing the Hedgerow Delphine. Pleasure to meet you.
I'm Joey, and I'm playing Comex. And then the one leading us tonight is going to be Kobe.
Hey, it's Kobe. I am plotting against your adventurers tonight.
On the last time of this Lesh's Tales, the crew went on a search for some various treasures. In the first ship that they found, looking for one of these treasures, they were met with a large amount of tentacles. Everybody was able to escape, no problems, and they're headed back to the ship. Stay tuned to find out what happens now.
Gather around now. Millie, please.
Yay! Let's go!
Yes,
Matt,
here we
Matt,
go.
Matt, put that away. Put that away. Come on. We got tails here.
Yes, Map. Stop working on the booby traps. We need to have story time. Yes. So where our crew had left off, they had just escaped the ever sinking ship that seemed to have finally broken that curse of ever sinking. And as they breached the ship, a deep fog rolled over as Baba and Yaga's sonorous voice called over. It looks like there's a deep fog. Can you guys, might want to get back to ship really quick now. It seems that it's this might be a little dangerous. Don't want to leave you out on the small boat. Yeah. Are you guys dead? You gotta go quick if you're dead.
We are not dead. We are not dead. Please don't row away. No, where are you going?
Oh, stop the ship. Stop the ship. I think they're alive. All right, good. Fuck. Okay. And then here the Captain Crank. Well now, I'm happy you guys can make it out. Get here quick. The fog is coming and it looks like it's glowing.
Pretty lights.
All right, let's get back to the ship before we get swarmed. Shit.
No, I do not think that is the type of swarm that is on the way there, Pergo.
I fucking wish it was.
Do tell.
Who is rowing us back to ship?
Ruin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so can I get a strength check to see how quick you guys get back over to this ship?
All right, let me get down to my skills. Is that all the
Do you
skills
have
I
intuition on this character?
I do, I believe.
If he can't do it because he's busy rowing, I would give him intuition.
So I'll roll that first. Intuition. So 1. And then strength. I thought I had a strength skill. Nope, no strength skills. Let me just do a base roll. I have. Oop. So 25.
As you guys are getting closer to the ship, you guys are kind of on like the back end of it, and they're kind of going forward, like almost into where the fog's coming from. So as you're making it close, can I also have an awareness check from everybody?
Would you take intuiting?
Not here, no. Eavesdropping or perceiving.
Can I give myself intuition on this again?
Yep.
I'm also going to do intuition. 2 plus.
It's already starting.
So 16.
And since you just did base awareness, do you want it to be sight-based or hearing-based for Ruin?
Let's go with hearing since he's kind of focused on steering.
Okay.
I did get a 28.
27 total.
So 27
Nice.
from Comex. What was Purgo's?
28.
Then we had for Ruin,
I had a 16.
and then Dirge.
7.
Anybody on the perceiving end of things, you guys both rolled high enough that you see in this fog swarm what is like bioluminescent lights flashing here and there, and what seems to be small, like floating like squids that you see peeking for just a quick second out of this humongous fog cloud. For those who can hear, which would be Ruin, you do hear a sweet song. It just sounds wonderful, and you feel like you need to row almost a little bit faster toward this sound. And that's kind of why I think why you help you get there so quick.
I
Dirge,
think Dirge got a
pretty light.
7 because Ruin kept hitting him with the water from the battles.
Splashing up. But you were able to make it in time to the boat. The fog had just a little bit out, and here, yeah, so you guys make it onto the ship in time. Baba and Yaga are like kind of on the deck scattering around, trying to get people down, some people downstairs. You see Captain Crank on the front of the bow, looking forward. Glad you could make it on now. It seems we got some growl on our way, and from the sound of it, sirens too. We're about to be in for a ride. And then he opens the chest, cranks his heart, and then pulls off his back. It seems like a giant like sword, grabs it with 2 hands, and then just kind of points into the fog. And let's get it going. If you guys have anything, we got about a couple seconds here, couple minutes, I mean, before they get in. And he's gonna kind of be waiting for the combat. Baba and Yaga have got most of the people down, and you guys have like a couple minutes here to prepare for this oncoming fog.
For a moment's worth of preparation, with it being a fog coming in, would there be by any chance torches of some sort lining the weather decks to point out the edges of them? Even with a barrier, you could still, slip, trip, fall over, but it's better usually on even on naval vessels. There's some sort of barrier light.
Yeah, Baba and Yaga have like witch's flame that around the edges of stuff, and it is they always tell stories of it supposed to keep bad things away, but right now it doesn't seem to be so and such.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there is a bit of light, so you will know where the barriers are.
Sweet.
Which direction are these things coming from?
So like where that front cannon is where the captain would be. So they're gonna be coming from that direction.
Ruin's gonna be over there backing up the captain.
I'm definitely be at the front of the ship.
He'll probably be back here a ways.
Are any of the cannons viable?
Yeah.
Are there people manning them?
Right now, there's only a few people on deck. It seems like Baba and Yaga pretty much had anybody that wasn't like a fighter on go downstairs and keep them downstairs for right now. So they're not actually on the deck, but there's like a couple fighters that will be taking battle that is going on at the same time as you guys are fighting. So ones that wouldn't be available to be like there's like fighting going on it when it would be like bottom middle and bottom left one and top back one is where there'll be fighting going on. But the other ones are not manned, so these front 4 up here aren't being used.
Which way is the fog coming from? North or south?
The front, like where the front cannon's facing, where Purgo is, like that
So
direction.
we're headed right to it.
Yeah, you either going into
okay.
it, staying on course for the treasure, but just kind of having to deal with the next obstacle.
So that means that the sails are unfurled and there's someone at the helm.
Yes.
Okay.
About how long do we have?
With the roll you have like 5 minutes.
About how long did the fight last?
Your fight was
how long has it been since the start of that, I should say?
Not this was like pretty much you guys popped out and they said the fog was going on, so it couldn't have been more than like 5 minutes if you wrote. Not even that, because it was Sonic voice. Maybe a couple minutes, like 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
Of
I'm just curious because I drank that bullish strength potion pretty early on, and it's got a
Mhm.
duration of 10 minutes. So I just want to know, I'll probably need to recast it going into this fight because that'll be about the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, I would say yeah. With the extra 5 minutes, that would probably be right around the end of that.
Any chance I could get another one of those potions from Baba and Yaga?
If you want to try to ask them in the heat of all this, go right ahead.
Would you take a gossiping roll or a fortuity roll?
I will take it for sure. I will let you know this is a very high DC because they are
Okay.
frantically getting people in and out of doing a bunch of shit as this is going on.
Hey, Bob and Yaga, can I get another one of those drinks? That's 25 gossiping check.
Um,
I'll tell you all about the fight.
I think it's Yaga, and I think you have that bag of stuff still.
Yes.
And with that, they're gonna see that. Throw one at you, grab the bag of stuff. Yeah, you show me after, and then like hurry downstairs.
Thank you.
Shut up! Go quick. and
Sweet.
no upcharge or anything like that, but I will let you get
Yeah.
one more of those. And then with that, is there any prep anybody else would like to do?
No, other than making sure that all the cannons are armed as needed, so that perhaps because of the way siege weapons work in Mythcraft, I would use 2 AP for the reload cost, so that then anyone else can use 1 AP to fire the cannon after they get to it.
Sweet. This front cannon, when you go to load that, seems a little odd. It's a little smaller, and it has a like crank on the side of it, and it looks to be like have a plate, almost like a plate fed thing with mini cannonballs on the top of it.
I've been on this ship for a while. What the fuck is that?
This is
Is that an
Crank's
automatic
crank.
cannon?
Yeah, this is Crank's crank. He is known to sit up here and cranks this, and it's pretty much a plate felled cannonball. They shoot small ones, so it's like scatter shot, and he just
That's fucking.
So as everything is going on, Comex would throw an ice pick to Prego. I know what it is. Comex would throw an ice pick over to Pergo and say, I found this down in one of the rooms. You might get better use out of it than I will.
Whenever I'll go ahead and do create weapon to some of my great axe and just have that out. And then whenever we're getting like right up to the fog, so right towards the end of that time, I'll go ahead and drink that bullish strength potion and then activate my aura.
Sweet.
But that'll be like right as we're about to start.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure we'll be able to tell. I mean, we're moving up to this fog bank.
Oh yeah.
I'm also going to cast a Nature's Remedies to heal myself.
Do you need more healing than that?
You also have the potions Bob and Yaga gave you too. Don't forget.
I mean, yeah, I could use more healing if you want. I'm about 9 shy from max right now.
If that's the case, I'm going to hold off my 12 points.
I mean, I'm sitting at about 11, but I'm not real worried about it because
Like 11 is your total, or wait a minute.
that's what I'm sitting at. I'm not real worried about it. I have ways to heal myself when I'm ready to do so, but I would
When
prefer
did you
to
take
wait a minute.
damage?
I got hit real hard like once.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, as we're approaching, if everybody wants to roll initiative,
For ruin, real low. Click on your token, and it'll bring up a little tiny window, and then there's a little button. It's called Init.
Serge got an 8.
That is a 14 for me.
and then comics, what was that for you?
17.
As you guys are rolling into this fog, like envelop the ship, it all becomes super foggy. Mechanically, any ranged attack will have 1 TD while you are in this fight. But yeah, it fully envelops, and there's little what seems to be like bioluminescent blips of light going off and on. That's like almost like you're looking at the stars in the sky, but in this fog cloud, and fully envelops you. Before you know it, you hear this sweet singing coming from the fog. A beautiful, like almost lullaby starts coming out from it, and these floating squids start popping into view. As this light is popping off of them. Slithering up from the side of the ship are these almost mermaid-esque, but seem to have like reptilian arms and harpy-like faces crawling onto the ship singing. Behind you on the back of the ship on the bow, a grouse swarm of squid drop down, and a fight breaks out behind you as these squids are making smaller, deeper fog cloud that you can't even see the back of the ship anymore as the fog has gotten so deep behind you guys. As you see this deep fog behind you guys, and you start to realize around you that these squids are appearing and floating in, and they're crawling up. It will actually start us off with this cluster that almost plummets down together right in between comics and ruin, and behind Pergo, a large swarm of them. They will move over and envelop comics. It will then as it envelops you, they all begin to reach out. These tentacles start to wrap around you as their suction cups begin to try to grab onto you for a 13 versus reflex.
That does not, or that does not. I'm fucked. That took a really long time to use words in my brain. Yeah, my reflex is 12.
Okay, so this will be 8 damage.
Is it physical?
Yeah.
Okay. Resist would be the damage, right?
Nope, that would be the hit.
So
That's
whatever
still
your
mid-
resist is, treat your AR as higher.
Yeah, it's resist physical 1, which would have put it at 13. So that still would have gone through.
Okay, and then you are grappled, and you gain a level of growl chill. You are slowed, so your movement speed is halved. And then that will be the creature's turn, bringing us to comic. And since you have started your turn in the growl swarm, you gain the second level of the growl chill and are chilled, which for the listeners is
The rulebook.
moving and making weapon attacks cost 1 more AP than they would normally.
I wouldn't have any reactive AP, right?
No.
Because it's the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could have used Spike Pauldrons, but it requires reactive AP. So I am... And it was just 8 regular damage, right?
Yep.
I am going to use a charge for my Paradigm of the Dragon. Doesn't cost any AP to do. It just do. Which also makes my fortitude go up.
As you are in this swarm, you are considered blinded, so the creature would be unseen to hit.
Oh, neat. Okay.
That sucks. Oh, shoot. Actually, they might not have hit him. They're within my aura, which means they have a TD. They're barely within it, but they're within it.
That would have put it at 12 when
Yeah. So
Um,
you were just slowed, not chilled, and you would have that health back.
hit save.
Should have moved him
I
over
have to
one
look at
more.
the
Fuck. Damn it.
Okay, so let's see.
Also, they're vulnerable one to psychic. I don't know if that helps.
All right, so let's see. So I'm still here. Is slowed the one that makes the AP cost more?
Nope, just half movement.
Okay. And then also when I go into my paradigm mode, I go up in a size, but they're grappled. So if I move, they move with me, right?
Well, you're not grappled anymore since they didn't
Oh,
hit.
okay. Cool. So then I will spend an AP to move out.
Okay.
And then I'm going to punch me some jellyfish,
Squids.
some squids. So it's 1 for the movement, and then spending 2 AP for the punch. And I can go. It's actually a bite. Let's see. How about a nat 20?
Nice.
Yeah, that'll fucking hit.
So that's what? Going to be 21 damage?
Damn.
Yep.
I rolled an 8 on the 1d10 of damage, plus 3 for my strength. And then the 1d10 is just maxed.
Do you have any luck?
I do have luck, don't I?
'Cause you
I
add-
do. It is 3 luck, so that is going to be 24 damage. I'm also, if it's not too late to do it, can I also spend an additional AP for my bracers of conduction?
I think it's when you hit you can spend it. So I mean, it's still in the. I think you still use it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can consume. If the attack hits, target takes an additional 1d10 of lightning for every charge consumed. I can only consume 1 charge, so that's going to be an extra d10, but that's another 10 plus whatever I roll, correct? Because it crit?
Don't think that crits because it's
So only the weapon damage is maximum. Even things like a rogue sneak attack, you
yeah. This creature is bloodied. As you bite through this one, you end up getting like 3 or 4 in your mouth at once and crush them, leaking like this not ichor, but it's like almost a slimy blood that has like lights flickering throughout it, and it kind of drips to the floor.
Nice. I do that, and then that's going to be my turn.
Bringing us to
That's how this character is supposed to be! Not rolling 1s and 2s the whole time!
Pergo.
all right. And so we have these 3 siren-looking things coming up, correct?
Yes.
With those 5 minutes, would you consider us being able to catch our breath?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to look at the 3 of them, and I'm going to taunt them. He's going to look at the one to the south and be like, "You truly have a IQ smaller than your shoe size, don't you?" They are taunted by me. The one over by Siren 1, which is over by Dirge, I will say, if your brain was black powder, you wouldn't even be able to blow your nose.
Yeah, they all like kind of turn their heads to you when you're making these insults, but they just all like look at you with a deep gaze and all continue to sing like this deep lullaby from their throats.
But I am taunting those two,
Okay.
and I'll be moving 10 feet to get within 5 feet of the growlfish swarm.
Awesome.
And that will be 3 AP, and I will end my turn.
Okay. That will bring us to Siren 1 by Dirge. And it is going to 3 TA.
And a TV. If it's not versus me.
So it's going to one of its limited use spells, actually. And that is a 19 with the TA against Will.
So you said because of the fog, all range stuff has TD.
Mm-hmm.
But even an 18 is going to overcome my will.
That is going to be read the next spell out to you. This is dominate person. Make a
Fuck.
magic attack against the will
Oh,
of a
shit.
humanoid creature within range. If you hit, the creature is enthralled for the duration.
I'm really glad it was him.
The creature, while enthralled this way, the creature will automatically go out of their way to accommodate your commands, including obeying command that would cause direct harm to the creatures or its allies. A deep singing comes out, and then everybody else just still hears like the lullaby that goes through. But in your head, Purga, you hear, "You want to kill everybody on this ship, burn it down, destroy it all, and join us in the sea."
Okay.
And that'll be its turn, bringing us to this Growfish by Dirge, who's going to spend one of its actions going to move on to Dirge, and then is going to try to reach out its suction cups and grab onto you for a yeesh, that's a 5 against your reflex.
I'm pretty sure that that's a negative there, bud. Because reflexes, yeah, I got a 15 reflexes.
That'll be that creature's turn then, bringing us to this Siren 2, who is going to spend its turn going to move up to our boy Ruin and try to claw at it for a Jesus. That's also fucking terrible. That's a 6 plus 3.
Not gonna do it.
That would be that creature's turn, bringing us to Dirge.
It was actually an 8 because of the TD.
Dirge is going to rush towards that first siren and is going to attempt to do a shove attack to get her off this damn boat. Even though his strength is horrible.
Okay, yeah. Sploosh. She falls back down into the water. She tried to claw and stops herself, but doesn't get to in time and falls.
That takes up 3 AP. Dirge is going to hold on to the last one and be ready for what's coming up next.
Sweet. That brings us to the floating squid near Comex, not the swarm, who will spend its turn moving up towards Comex and trying to grapple on for a 14 versus reflex.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So doing
What's the aura from Ruin?
4 damage. What did the range of Ruin's aura?
10.
I'm going to reactively use Divine Ward, increase his AR by 2.
The misses.
Wait, increases what?
Your
The show now.
because you targeted AR for that, right?
No, reflexes. I mean, if you can boost my reflexes, cool. If not, meets it beats it. Because
Double
Yeah.
checking if I took that. I'm double checking if I took that yet or not.
it doesn't have TD for any reason, right?
Not on this one, no.
It's outside, which makes it got a 14, 13 because I have resist physical 1.
And I can't increase reflexes yet.
And then it would have TA, wouldn't it, for flanking purposes?
Yeah.
So it's still a 14. So yeah, I'm grappled.
Okay, and when you are grappled, you take by a basic fish. You're just grappled. You gain a level of growl chill for every fish on you, grappling you. So you have you are slowed once again. And now it'll be the growlfish's turn, bringing us to Ruin.
Why are you bullying me?
All
man?
right. Sweet. I am. Well, as much as I'd like to do all of that, I'm not going to do it this turn because she's just right there. So yeah, I guess I'm just going to swing at the siren there. I am swinging with Psychic, so she's vulnerable 1. Don't believe I have any other bonuses, so how about a 22?
Yep, that'll do it.
16 damage.
Creatures bloodied instantly as you like chop down them, spilling out blood onto the floor as their song starts to sound like a little bit more guttural and screechy from this one.
Yeah, that's all my AP, so that's my turn.
Bringing us to our last siren, seeing this, is going to start singing that deep tune again, and Ruin hears you. Well, actually, to see if I roll good enough first. I definitely do not with the fucking nat 1. Okay.
Yay!
So nothing happens.
So glad I didn't say baby.
Bringing us to the top of the round. As we do reach the top of the round, you hear Baba and Yaga from the deep fog behind. To keep fighting, the ship is going good. And then it's going to bring us to the Grouse Swarm, who is going to see some more targets perfectly aligned and go over you guys.
Yay!
Cool.
Now that you guys are in here, you are blinded, and then we're going to try to suction cup both of you for a 22 and a crit fail. And we're gonna go Pergo first for the 22 and Ruin for the crit fail.
It missed.
So that'll be
I'm okay with Pergo getting the bullshit because he's about to try to hurt us. So
What do you mean about
Right.
to?
that'll
What do you
be
mean
8
try?
damage, and you gain a level of the Growl Chill. And then that will be Comics' turn.
So having the swarm just moved away, Comex is going to try to grab the growlfish that is grappling him and bite the fuck out of it. How about a 21 for
Oh yeah.
11 blunt damage? And I'm gonna go ahead and spend another charge for an extra for my bracers.
Okay.
For another 8 damage. So 19 damage total.
Yeah, you bite into it, and then that like electric charge shocks through it. It just pops in your mouth like a balloon, and it's dead.
Nice. How much damage did it have total? Or
It was
health
at
did
1
have?
HP after the first one.
Hell yeah! Feels good. He literally just like reaches back, grabs it, pulls it in front of him, and just chomps it, and it just then it just electrifies and explodes. Fucking love to see it. All right, and then I'm
Tasty
gonna hold
snack.
over 1 AP.
Pergo. Starting in the swarm, you gain a second level. You are now chilled.
That's fine. I'm going to start out with Light Burst. Make a magic attack against the fortitude of all creatures within a 5-foot radius of me.
That is perfect.
And he is technically doing what the siren wanted to.
Yeah, no, it works. Best way to do it.
Or a 12 versus fortitude.
Okay.
It's not going to hit Ruin.
Did it reach the sirens as well?
No, it's just 5 feet. So it's just Ruin in the Grouse Swarm.
Okay. So it will hit the Grouse Swarm.
For 4 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
This creature, it does not look good if these squids kind of like fall to the ground and this light flows through them, and this is barely looking like a fog cloud anymore. It's quite dainty.
That's where I'm gonna end my turn with 2 AP.
Bringing us to the siren that had fallen off the boat is going to spend both of its actions getting back up onto the boat in front of Dirge. It crawled its way. And then it's going to be the Grow fish behind Dirge, who has TA. Will a 17 versus reflex hit?
Yes, it will.
Okay, you are grappled and you have a level of the Grow Chill. You are slowed, and then that's it. That's its turn. Bringing us to the Siren in front of Ruin, who is not looking good. It is going to put its hand on Ruin's face and will that's fucking 17 beat your will.
My will. Yes.
It is using charm person. So bring that up. Make a magic attack. The will of a humanoid creature within range. If you hit the creature's charm for the duration, while charmed this way, the creature will automatically go either way to accommodate your suppression, provided that it does not cause direct harm to them. So it's going to put its hand on you and join me in the sea, big fella.
Love to.
And after that, it's gonna look at comics. And we'll fuck it, the 2 on the dice. I'm not even gonna ask the rest of that fucking question. Fucking stupid.
What would it be? Willpower?
It would be will. I mean, unless you have a really shitty one, because it is technically right now at a 2 plus 5, so it's at a 7.
Well, it's also a ranged attack.
Oh, true. Yeah. So no, it's at a 6.
Cool, because my willpower is 7.
I forgot that there's 3 of them still alive, so they do gain a TA for every siren within range. Almost gotcha. Lucky fuck. Dirge, that'd be you.
Okay, so spells count as ranged attacks, correct?
Yes. Well, most.
Okay, cool. So Dirge is going to utter a prayer, saying, "By the life of the bastard who bestowed me this curse, and the gods who grant me redemption, you shall not take this vessel." And he's going to cast Sacred Flame. It's a cantrip. It requires 2 AP, and I'm going to cast it at Siren number 2. And that fails.
That will
But
not hit.
Yeah, so I'm going to try again. Maybe it might be better. Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's maybe.
It's
Okay,
also at like -2 TD right now.
Right. So, all right. Well, maybe you will take this vessel. Shit.
I'm the captain now.
Nice.
That ends my turn. Actually, no, it requires 2 AP to brace. That ends my turn.
Bringing us to a dead growfish, and then that would be Ruin.
All right. So what exactly does the charm do?
The creature will automatically go out of their way to accommodate your suggestion, provided that it does not cause direct harm to them.
Okay, and she said join her in the sea.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't moved to the sea yet, so he doesn't know how to join her there.
That would also cause you direct harm if you jumped off the boat too.
The way I look at that, that's indirect harm because it's
You
not.
You could dive off from here and not take damage. You guys are boat people. Ruin knows how to take a cannonball.
Yeah, but
and
he's also
not
like
exactly
600
the
pounds.
brightest guy.
Yeah, it's like when you drop a log in. It's like.
No, it's like when you drop a rock in.
He's not very bright. So what he's gonna do is.
Oh, also since you started your turn, you are chilled, by the way.
Okay.
No, sorry, just slowed because you didn't get hit, so just slowed.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna wait. She hasn't moved yet. He's just gonna hold 4 AP over. I think we can hold 4 over at this. No, we can only hold 3 over at this level. Okay, so what can I do for 1? Waste it. I know I have something for one. How's the grouse swarm looking HP wise? Pretty low.
Real bad. Real bad. Real skimpy over there. There's like 3 fish still just like
He's gonna look at the siren lady and be like, "Can they come too?" And he's gonna aggressively taunt the grouse swarm. Which is they're taunted and our crit ranges increase by 1 against each other. It lasts for a minute or until I use it again.
Ooh, okay.
And yeah, that's all he's gonna do. He's gonna hold 3 over after that.
Sweet. That'll be this Siren's 3 down here who fucking wish I could do something else with, but fucking Nat 1 done there once a day spell, so you know that's
How long does the charm last?
up to an hour.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, these this one is going to disappear. Boop.
Okay.
And that'll be their turn. Bringing us to the top of the round. You see a couple like eldritch orbs come flying out of the deep fog, and on one of the orbs is a siren just flying into the air, and then the orb courses through them, leaves a hole in them. You hear Baba just be like, "One for me," and it seems that things are going well back there. Still, Growl Swarm being aggressively taunted by Ruin, though, is going to take some attacks. Will a 15 beat your reflex? No, sorry, your AR.
15 versus AR. Yep.
By how much, out of curiosity?
By 1. My AR is 14.
I'm gonna divine ward that, and I'm gonna be like, no, he is mine.
Okay. Excuse me. Will a 18 beat your reflex? AR, sorry. Fuck me. I'm gonna do it
18.
every time.
Yeah. What does Divine Ward do?
Increases it by 2.
Okay, so yeah, it's only a 16 then.
So that will be 9 damage, and you gain
Yes.
another level of the growl chill. You are now staggered. Which is you gain half the AP that you normally would at the start of each of your turns. No, sorry, you're on the second. I apologize. You'll be staggered at the start of your turn, but right now you are just chilled. And that will be the Grouse Swarm's turn, bringing us to Comics.
So I'm going to spend 1 AP to move up. While doing so, I'm going to take a bite at the growlfish. Spend 2 for a chomp. I got a 5 on the dice. So then I'm going to spend another 2 AP to bite again.
Big old bite of fog on that first one.
For another nat 20
Nice.
for 14 blunt damage.
Yeah, with that one, you like perfectly time it, and you're able to just swing in and bite the ones that are grabbing on to Ruin and Purgo and eating them, and the swarm drops. Those are the last ones, and this deep fog cloud begins to dissipate.
So Comex bites the last of the growlfish, spits the remains onto the ground, and takes an aggressive stance, looking at the siren directly in front of him, and then that will be his turn.
And since the growlfish is now dead, I lose the counters, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do I also lose that?
Yep. As long as they're
Sweet.
dead.
That's
Yeah, I was
awesome.
a perfect turn would have killed the siren and the swarm, but I'm still okay with what happened.
I'm going to move forward 1. So I will be next to Ruin, the Siren, and Kamex. and I will light burst. 15 versus fortitude.
That'll
Does
hit
not
me.
hit.
Does not hit.
4 radiant damage.
Well, the 4 radiant damage will kill the siren as this light bursts through them.
Nice.
Oh man, we were gonna go swimming.
Now is not the time for swimming. We need to finish the rest of the enemies on this boat.
Okay.
He just walks forward and he says, "The gods are always on everyone's side," and then just explodes in light and radiance, cooking the siren and not doing damage to the people he's trying to do damage to. And then I'm going to end my turn with 1 AP.
Now, on its turn, this will once again reach out its like reptilian hand, and it's going to caress Dirge's face this time for a 1 siren's down. That loses a TA, so that will be a 16 against a will.
16 against Will? Damn it. Yep. It passed.
And then it is going to be distract, which this is going to end the enthrall. If you cast a spell on your turn, choose a hostile creature with range. You and your allies gain TA against that creature until the start of your next turn. Once per turn, while you maintain concentration, you may spend 1 AP to apply either spell effect again.
Once per round.
Yes. Yeah. So that drops the enthrall and puts his hands up to you, and then you're just like completely stuck looking at this thing. Which will then bring us to the growfish that is grappling ya. It is going to try to bite at you for +1 TA, and then that would be a 15 versus AR.
Fail.
Okay. Fucking shit.
Yep.
After that would be the growfish's turn. Actually, would a 16 do it? Actually, because I do have 1 TA for flanking. I apologize.
Yes.
You will take. It's not a lot of damage. It's just a D4.
Give me a little bit of happiness and then you rip it away.
I'm good for that. That'll be a 4 damage.
4?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And bring us to your turn, Dirge.
So you said I'm kind of goo-goo over the siren at the moment, right?
Yes. It's only really thing is though, effectively creatures have TA against you. So you don't have to, you can like attack or whatever. It's just they have TA because you're like, damn, this fish harpy reptile lady's kind of fucking bad.
Well, she's kind of friggin' bad, so wouldn't I want to take a bite out of her? Wink, wink.
Go right ahead. Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Be nice. Okay, good.
Nice.
Nice.
So that means I don't get sickened in 3 days. Yes.
And
That's that good old blue chick blood. All right, so that's 2 AP.
Oh god, and they failed their concentration, so distract drops.
So Dirge goes, "You are absolutely scrumptious looking," and he's going to take a bite out of her neck and then try to jab her with the blade after the concentration drops.
After you bite her and like release, you then once again realize how disgusting this creature looks in front of you.
It is all good in the hood. And sword.
That will hit. And
Yeah.
that will bloody this creature as you stab into it, and you just see blood leaking from a wound, and it like lets out a small screeching cry as the song begins to falter.
Okay, so he's going to be like, "You look absolutely scrumptious." Takes a bite out of her, then jabs her in the gut, and is just like, "I believe I'm being effective, gentlemen." Then continues to hold his sword out towards the siren and being grappled by the fish thing. And that will end his turn.
Sweet. Bringing us to Ruin.
Okay, I'm gonna do, and I Man, I've been completely forgetting how this spell works. So I'm going to gain my D4 of shield HP that I've been forgetting about on each round. And upon rereading this, I also realized that you would have had to roll 2d20 and take the lower for the charm, because I forgot that was a thing. But,
I'm
oh
sorry
well,
for
we're
that
fine.
too.
We are fine. So there's my shield HP. And I've got 7 AP to work with this time. So, should I go for the fish or the fish chick? Either
Yes.
way, it's going to cost me 2 AP. So, I think I'm going to go for the fish. It hasn't really been touched yet. I'm guessing these are like railing right here.
Yeah, you'd have to go down the stairs.
I'm just going to jump. I have a jump distance of 18 feet. So,
Yeah, no, that'll work too.
so 2 AP gets me there. And let's see, that leaves me with 5. So I'm going to use Cultic Revenge, which, because I'm bloodied, gives me +4 damage. And because this thing's in my aura, it's vulnerable psychic, so we're going to roll. It's an 18 hit.
Yeah.
So that'll be 16 damage.
Yeah, it pops on Dirge's back.
Wait, you said that the fish pops on Dirge's back?
Yep. As a ruin smashes into it.
Yeah, he just kind of like from where he was, takes a couple steps and leaps over the railing entirely, lands, takes a running start, and just running up chops this thing off of your back.
So, splat, whatever. And Dirge turns around and Ruin is like, Ruin, what in Augustine's name? Oh, good job.
I got the thing. And yeah, that's his turn.
Awesome. Bringing us to our invisible siren.
Because I can't see her, I kind of forgot.
Yeah, I totally forgot about her too. I thought she just left.
Oh no. Dirge does a crit hit.
Does a crit hit? No, you see, I got plot armor. Yes, it hits.
Well,
I'm really
technically-
happy for being invisible. I made that way nicer.
Technically, only your blood has plot armor. We can go ahead and use that.
Truth.
That is going to be 11 sharp damage.
Ouch. Okay.
As this siren slithers up towards and reappears next to Dirge with claws in his side and then pulls them out. And then that will be its turn, bringing us to comics.
So you said it appears, right?
Yes. Can you guys see it? Not see it? I thought
No.
No,
Nope.
I
All
can't
right.
see it.
Okay. Apologize.
There it is.
There it is.
Horrible.
So yeah, what Comex does is gets a running jump, probably like leaps and like jumps off the railing, landing behind the siren that just dug its claws into Dirge,
Dirge is bloodied.
and he is going to he's not unhinging his jaw, but he's gonna take a big old chunky bite out of the siren, who now also, because of where they are, he has TA for this.
Hell yeah.
So this is going to be with an additional +1.
Ah.
Does not matter with a 2 on the dice. And then I am just going to hold over 1 AP.
Okay. And that will bring us to Pergo.
All right. I'm just gonna start blasting. So this will be with 1 TD. against the one that the first one, the one that tried to charm me.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. Even with that TD.
22 for 11 damage.
Yeah, this creature is bloodied as this blast just completely leaves like a hole where their shoulder is, blasting off their arm.
And then a 23 for 8.
Nice.
Also
As
hit.
as these bolts of electricity come shooting out of his wand as he holds it up.
They are still standing, but it looks like they're on their last fin.
They're still standing.
Yeah, it did.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. That will bring us to the Siren 1, who is going to. Will a 2 beat your fortitude, Clouse?
I
If a
have
two
to
beats your
double
fortitude,
check.
we have, if a 2 beats your fortitude, we have to have a talk about your clearing ability.
No, it does not. Not this time.
As this, she's gonna try it one more time. Will a 16 beat your fortitude?
Damn it. Yes.
Does that include the TD?
Oh.
15. Sorry. I'm so bad at that. Thank you for keeping me up.
Fortitude. Yep, it still beats it.
Damn, I tried.
Yep, thanks, bud.
She grapples onto you, and it seems like she's going to try to pull you into the sea.
Also, isn't that one still taunted by me? Because it lasts for a minute.
Oh,
So it'd
yes.
be another
14.
So how about a 14?
We low enough now?
14 ties.
Fuck.
Damn.
Was that a ranged spell?
Yeah, no, it's just a grapple.
Oh, okay.
She's just grappling onto Dirge at the moment. Wraps both of her arms around her, and it looks like she's going to try to like lean back and jump into the sea. But that will be your turn, Dirge.
Well, Dirge is obviously going to try and shank the chick grabbing him at the moment. So that's about to happen. Because I can only do the bite once per rest. So let's go for it. A boop.
Yep, 14 will hit.
Why is it that all of a sudden it's not rolling damage? But it's 10 points worth of sharp.
Yeah, you skewer this one, and they are dead. Their arms go limp around you as they're holding you, and they just fall to your side on your blade.
Yeah, as she grapples me and starts leaning back to try and pull me over the rail, Dirge just kind of sinks Taste of Nobility up her ribs and then just kind of nudges her over the railing and then turns to the one on his right hand side and swings again, hopefully connecting. You window. That one might not make it.
That one went through. Another 14 will hit again for 13 damage, and they are both dropped dead from your blade.
Okay.
Nice.
And as he swings at the other one, just there goes the head. And he's like, gentlemen, and falls over.
That was quite a display of your martial prowess.
I've done much better, I promise.
And as combat does end there, we do hear from Crank in the front. Now, that's the main front of it, but we're not out of this fog yet. Keep on your toes. There'll be a couple more growls coming in throughout as we get to the other side of this. And go clear up the back. Make sure we get going. And effectively, you guys have defeated combat. You are able to go, but you will be continuing to fight small bits of ground that will come in throughout as this giant fog cloud is around you for a couple hours. So can I roll an endurance check, please, from everybody? And if you are bloodied, roll with disadvantage.
May I shock comics real quick?
If you want to shock comics, yeah. But
13 for Dirge.
Rolling endurance check with disadvantage.
That's
Yeah.
affirmative.
If you're bloodied. How about a nat 20?
this is your second time doing this for these, dude. Comics are just built. He's just eating his food like, I'm chilling.
9 for ruin.
Okay, so if you didn't beat a 15, you do gain 1 point of fatigue from fighting your way through this swarm for the rest of it, the time that you're in it.
Okay, so that puts me up to 2 death points because I forgot to take one for that last round because I was at 0 HP.
I did not hear that you were at 0 HP.
Oh yeah, that happened way back. That being said, I'm going to do some things. I am going to spend 5 SP to gain or to use abuse essence, which will give me 10 SP. So a net of 5, but altogether I'll be up to 10 SP. So let me roll that dark power. Yeah, I'm good on that. So no fear. I don't know if that really comes into play here, but
I believe we rolled fear as fatigue.
right. Gotcha. So I have 10 SP. I'm going to spend 4 SP to cast Nature's Remedies on myself for 2 HP. And then I'm going to just kind of rinse and repeat that for a bit. I'm going to abuse Essence again. That's a really low roll. Okay, so I gain a Fatigue, which is another death point. So I've got 3 death points, which will give me 15 SP. And then I'm going to, with that, I can get 3 Nature's Remedies that I'm going to cast.
And I'm going to use a lay on hands. Or increase your HP by 6.
Okay. Well, that might just put me up where I need to be. So I had 2, 13 plus, you said 6? Cool. Yeah. That's a good place to stop. I'm at
Watching yourself bleed yourself out. Pergo will walk up and be like,
I'm at 19 now, so I'm not even bloodied anymore.
"But my friend, please, you're harming yourself. Here, let me assist." As the scales that are burned into his face start to light up, his eyes change into like this bright golden light, and then it seems to escape his eyes and envelop you. And you feel warmth, like the sun on a pleasant day.
Oh, thank you. Speaking of sun on a pleasant day, is it sunny at all by chance?
No, it's foggy.
It's very foggy.
It's very foggy. Okay.
Even like when you're out of the swarm, like the main swarm, and not even more growlfish, it's still probably going to be a very foggy day for like the next day or so. When a growl swarm of this side, they tend to leave fog for days around them just from doing their thing.
Fair enough.
Badger, can I get a cooking roll from you, please?
Sure. Corey, were you gonna hit me with the lightning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Twice.
How much
Charge the
damage?
bracers back
How much damage?
up. I will roll damage. And then I will burn it.
Wait, hold on. So you did 9 damage the first time?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You didn't need to hit me with the second one. You just charged the bracers up. Yeah, I get a charge for every 3 damage.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, the second one would not
Yeah.
have one off.
Whenever I take lightning damage, I gain 1 charge for every 3 damage taken to a maximum of 4, and I had 1 left. So no 13 for the love of God.
And then once again, Pergo will light up and start healing you. I'm probably gonna have to upcharge this. Fuck, that was a lot of damage.
No, that was the perfect amount of damage. It would have sucked if it was a 7 or an 8, because then there would have been not useful damage involved in there.
Nah, fuck it. I will burn through a lot of my SP and just do a burst of healing. So everyone but me, because I don't need it. Because somehow I have the most hit points and I'm the least. Everyone will gain 5 HP, and then I'll use my last lay on hands to give comics an extra 3. So it would only be net 1 damage.
I'm gonna spend another 4 SP to cast Nature's Remedy on myself. I'm gonna do it again. Hey, there we go. Got a 6. I'm good with that. All right. And then for lay cooking, can I give myself intuition?
Yep. Yeah, because Bob and Yaga, after the fight had gone down, rolled pretty much pushed you downstairs and had you cooking up a meal for the night as it does begin to reach night after a bit of sailing through this fog.
All right. And this is going to be with a +1 or a nat 1 with a 9 total. I'm going to spend a luck point to re-roll that.
Okay.
That's better. That's a soft 20. Unless intuition goes away after the first one.
I don't think so. I think it's just it's a
I
plus to
think
the
it would
roll.
still, yeah, because I'm just redoing the dice.
I can't tell you how good it is that you did that. Because literally, you just needed to beat a 5, but a crit fail would have fucked you guys up, and you guys wouldn't have had food for the night to get rid of that fatigue.
Yeah, no, I figured that would have been important enough that I was like, re-roll this.
Yeah, you are able to feed the crew, just is, and as it kind of has settled down for a bit, and you are able to kind of talk about your spoils. Bob and Yaga have come to Ruin, and Ruin, you got this big old bag of books and stuff you brought in. What's the deal with this?
Found some stuff on the boat.
I don't know why. Pergo, do you know anything about these books he got?
Honestly, I told him to clear the bookshelf as we were looking for the vial that I did find. I told him just put it in the bag and we would sort it out. So
Got all of
honestly,
them.
enjoy. It is our present to you.
There's a bad book in there.
I'm sorry, what?
Yaga turns their head to you, and so does Baba. They're both their ears tweak up. You said a bad book? We like bad books.
It tried to get me. It's a bad book.
Also, I don't know if I ever said it. The reason there's only one voice for Bob and Yaga is because they always talk in sync anytime there's conversation. Well, why don't you show us this bad book of yours?
Yeah, I'll dig around in the book a little bit. He'd probably, honestly, knowing Ruin, he's just gonna dump the whole bag out.
Everybody else kind of think is sitting here. There's kind of like a debrief. Crank's here as well, and you guys are also all around. If you want to, anybody else wants to intervene. When you do it, Crank's like, well, now, since we're showing our halls, why don't everybody just dump their pockets, I guess, on a fucking ship floor?
I'll take that bow that I took from the captain and just put it on the ground.
I'm sure that Dirge is just passed out in his bunk right now. To be honest.
Yeah, no, if you want to sleep it off, that's fine. I think Crank, I think you were the one who, no, it was, I think you have the amulet though, Clouse, or was that Pergo?
Pergo
I have
solved
that as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pergo solved the puzzle.
Yes,
I was
you were
just
the
the
one
one that was able to point it out.
Yes, okay, sorry.
No,
Virgo
you good.
also
You
has
good.
the other item that Comics got too. That's what he
Yeah.
threw at Virgo earlier.
So did we? Are we already considered as having gotten a rest at this point?
You haven't necessarily taken it yet, but you have done everything you can full rest your character. That's just the RP pretty much of you sitting around the fire before that rest. So you're starting to heal, you're calming down. You guys have had dinner, you've made it to this is just pretty much sitting around the bunks before you guys all head to bed, showing off the goodies. When you guys when Pergo would place the bow down, Crank just cranks his heart super loudly and just gives you a look like, you know I wasn't being serious.
Captain's orders, Captain.
Ruin, show Baba and Yaga this book so I can go to bed.
Yeah, I mean, he'd kind of kick around in the pile a little bit until he sees the one that tried to grab him.
Check.
All right, would you take fortuity?
Yeah, I just want to see if it grabs you before you grab it.
I'm interested in seeing how
Could
this
I
is going to play
also add
out.
intuition?
Never mind.
Not for this.
Not for this? Okay. 18.
Yeah, you're kicking it around and stuff, and you kick over a book, and like kind of almost like suction to the back of it as you kick it over. There's like another book. It seems to be almost like wet ink surrounding the whole front cover of it. It kind of slides off the other book, leaving a stain on it. It has little black tendrils of ink kind of reaching out once it disconnects. Bob and Yaga instantly are like, "Ooh, you have found quite a bad book. Bad book, it seems." Yeah. I'm going to have to. We're going to have to look at this right away. And you see Bob and Yaga like take out these like paper cloth and try to like grab it. It pulls the paper from their hands and just like pulls it into the book, and you see the book almost seem to get like a little bit bigger. Interesting. I don't. Wait.
I think Ruin would probably like with the butt end of his axe just kind of tap it and go, nope, bad book.
It's instantly trying to like grab around the staff as the butt of the staff as it does so. It's not like able to do so, but it's like the ink is trying to grab at it.
It is a book. Perhaps I should blast it with fire, see if that works for us better.
No. We enjoy bad books over here. We just need time to study. You go bunks. We will be here.
Enjoy yourselves.
Bob and Yog just both sit down. They open their own spell book, and you see them like pluppering little cantrips and little things, trying to prod it with different spells they have, figuring out what it is. They have just completely sitting on the pile of books you have, and just like making a nest of it in this little on the middle of the little ship area now. Crank rolls his eyes as much as a revenant can and just starts cranking himself. No, I'm not getting involved. Was there? You were able to get the amulet that we were there for.
Yes, Captain. Are you requiring that, or do you want me to hold on to it?
Just hold it. I'm so over today. This was the first day of a week-long trip. This is bullshit.
Technically, this is day 3 since we've left. Hopefully, it gets better.
I had fun.
I mean, week-long since, the first step. Now the rest of the journey is now. This was the journey to the journey, those 3 days. We've now made it to the unsinking ship, which you'll manage to sink. I'll brief me in the morning. I'm going to bed.
I will speak with you in the morning, Captain.
Stumbles over into his little captain's quarters, and you hear the door slam.
Ergo will then go to his infirmary and treat anyone that needs to be treated with like bandages and stuff.
Yeah, there are definitely a couple people who got pretty heavy bits of the growl chill. One or two of them fully did get paralyzed in that back area, so there's definitely some wounds to be healed. And what is everybody else's nightly routines? You can start with Ruin, our tree fellow.
Nightly routine, he just I don't picture him as like having a cot really. He just being a golem, he's got his room, he goes down there. There's probably a lot of like plants and shit down there that he just kind of takes care of. He would water them and things like that if he has access to fresh water, and take care of his little plant buddies. And then I picture instead of a bed, he's just got like a bench that he kind of sits at and leans up against the wall, and that's where he rests. If I'm understanding the fatigue condition correctly, I won't be removing my death points, but I'll still gain the other benefits of resting.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay,
You still have all death points, and the fatigue condition will be removed.
but I'll still get like my HP and my
Yep.
SP and stuff back. Cool.
As you drift off into that, can you roll me one more luck check, please? And then just don't say it out loud just yet.
Sure.
And then
Fortuity again.
yeah, you can do fortuity again. Dirge, what is as you went to bed, what were you doing before you went to bed?
Basically, I mean, mechanically speaking, I understand that when Kamek cooks food for everyone, he said that he removed the fatigue condition from us. But Dirge doesn't eat food. So he's trying to get as much rest to get rid of that fatigue condition as possible.
Yeah, you ate your meal when you took that bite, so you will have all the food and drink you needed for to get rid of fatigue.
So yeah, basically he's just trying to sleep off the fight and be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for the next morning.
Yeah. Please roll me a luck check and don't tell me the answer as you do so.
Okay.
Comex, what is your nightly routine down there?
So he would probably make sure he finishes cleaning all the dishes, get the kitchen like battened down for the night, and then he's probably just gonna go sit in his bunk and meditate. And he's gonna try to connect with his dragon esque heritage, not heritage, but because he's an oracle of the dragon speaker, so
Yeah.
he's
Okay.
just gonna meditate, trying to connect with that.
Okay. As you're meditating and doing so, please roll me the luck check and just keep it private.
And I can do fortuity, right?
Yeah, you can do for 280. And what is Pergo's nighttime looking like?
So again, I would be healing people. Depending on what time it got to, certain things would happen. Because like at the stroke of midnight, he does his portent ritual. Which if you need me to, I will roll that real quick.
Yeah, that definitely would be smart to do all that stuff.
That gives me a 9 and 8. Oof. Not great. Again, after he kind of heals everybody up, he would just find his bed and rest.
Okay.
Nothing too like adventures for him, because he's already had the adventure of the day. But
Yeah. As you do so, please roll me that luck check.
you said you would take fortuity.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Pergo, what was that roll?
26.
And then Comex?
Got an 18.
What about Ruin?
I got a 17.
And then our friend Dirge?
Dirge would like to use a luck point to re-roll his luck check.
Go right ahead.
Cool. Okay, cool. I am now at 0 luck.
Hey!
Yeah. Nat 20. I went from 3 to nat 20.
Just a question. When you were doing your stuff, did you have like the silent sentinel where you don't actually need to sleep for Ruin? Or were you just
No, just magically constructing nature. Like he's resting, but
okay, I just wanted to make sure before I went to this next bit. As you are dreaming and resting, you have they're having this deep nightmare. You awake on a beach. You are alone, nothing on you. There are crabs, hundreds of crabs crawling from both sides of the beach towards you. You can't move, you're stuck in the sand, and these crabs just slowly are inching towards you. You feel in your head a deep, immense pain, and you feel hunger in your belly, like you need to eat something horribly bad. Like it's like you haven't eaten in months. You're starving. Your belly is eating itself, and they start slowly getting closer and closer until they are surrounding you, and they begin to take small pincers at you. And nipping at you, slowly eating away at you as your hunger grows more and more as they're literally tearing you apart, eating you away. And then you wake up with a humongous giant crab in front of you, taking up most of your room. Looks at you, its eyes glow. Well, now, Millie, I don't want to give you nightmares, so I think that's a good place to stop. It's about to get a little bit creepy here. And Matt, no, I think this next bit you might have to skip out entirely, just to let you
No,
know.
no, I have grown up. I am all but an adult now.
Just because you almost killed some people does not mean you are an adult.
Almost did. All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We'd like to give a special thank you once again for our guest, Clouse.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah. Thank you for playing with us. You got anything you want to shout out?
I just have a YouTube channel, Clouse Hands Plays. I play video games. I try to be funny, and I got a whole game that needs to be edited, so that's coming up soon. And thanks for letting me be here.
We
Well, having you,
appreciate.
man.
Yeah, we enjoyed having you.
Thanks, bud. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
A lot of fun.
Sweet.
But thank you for listening to this Lesh's Tales, the Atomic Heart 3. Yeah, 3. If you enjoyed listening, we would love it if you let us know. Catch us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, and maybe TikTok still under Tales of Yuvard Podcast. Links to the link tree are in the episode description. Link to Klaus's YouTube channel will also be in the episode description. If you enjoyed the episode, give us a rating on whichever podcatcher you choose. Tell your friends and spread the word.
So I was so close to being like, "Oh, Millie, I wrote that with you. Why don't you get